comes to your mind when you hear the word Viking? Fearless warriors? Massive ships? Legendary battles? Movies and TV shows make Viking life look exciting and glorious. But the truth is far darker. Most Vikings never became famous warriors. Most never sailed across the ocean looking for adventure. In fact, everyday Viking life was often cold, brutal, and surprisingly, short. Today, we're uncovering the dark truth about what Viking life was really like. Living in Viking times wasn't an adventure. It was a fight for survival. Most Vikings were farmers who spent nearly every day working. The weather in Scandinavia was harsh. Winters were long, freezing, and deadly. If crops failed, entire families could starve. There were no supermarkets, no refrigerators, no food deliveries. A single bad harvest could mean disaster. People often survived on simple meals like fish, barley, and whatever animals they could raise. Even drinking water wasn't always safe. Life depended heavily on nature, and nature was not always kind. For many Vikings, simply making it through winter was considered a success. Imagine getting a serious infection from a small cut. Today, a doctor might fix it in minutes. For Vikings, it could be a death sentence. There were no antibiotics, no modern medicine, no hospitals. People suffered from diseases, infections, and injuries that would be easily treated today. Archaeologists have found Viking skeletons showing signs of severe dental problems, broken bones, and painful diseases. Many lived with constant pain. And because medical knowledge was limited, even simple illnesses could become fatal. The average Viking life expectancy was far lower than what most people enjoy today. When people think of Vikings, they often imagine heroic warriors. But for many victims, Vikings were a nightmare. Viking raids were fast and brutal. Villages and monasteries could be attacked without warning. Valuable items were stolen. Buildings were burned. People were sometimes killed or captured. Some captives were sold into slavery. Yes, slavery was a major part of Viking society. Thousands of people across Europe were taken during raids and forced into lives they never chose. This darker side of Viking history is often ignored in popular movies. But it was a reality for many people living during that time. Being a Viking warrior wasn't as glorious as it sounds. Battles were chaotic and deadly. There were no modern helmets with face protection, no advanced medical care if you were injured. A single sword wound could end your life. And even if you survived battle, the journey itself was dangerous. Storms could destroy ships. Cold temperatures could kill entire crews. Food shortages were common during long voyages. Many Vikings left home seeking wealth and never returned. For every legendary warrior remembered in history, countless others disappeared without a trace. The Vikings were undoubtedly remarkable people. They explored new lands, built impressive ships, and left a lasting mark on history. But their lives were far from the heroic fantasy often shown on screen. Behind every legendary Viking story was a world filled with hunger, disease, violence, and uncertainty. The next time you see a Viking portrayed as an unstoppable hero, remember this. The greatest challenge for most Vikings wasn't conquering distant lands. It was simply surviving another day.